I'm Dr. Dan from Vitamin Pro, and I recently received a question about taking the Acetyl-CH, an Apex product, and precognitive or premature cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Now, the person asking the question, I think, was in their early 50s, and so she's already experiencing a little bit of cognitive decline, and her father has Alzheimer's disease, so not a really good situation. So, you know, would something like Acetyl-CH or a comparable product, NeuroScience Avipaxin, would these be helpful? And the short answer for me here is yes. You know, those are good products, and they do have benefit. Now, if you look at the active ingredients, there's something called alpha GPC, Huperzia, and L-carnitine. So all of those have been shown to have beneficial effects on brain function. So that's the short answer. Now the long answer is that the brain health requires so many more factors. You know, the brain is an extremely complex organ, as you might guess, and one magic pill, you know, I don't care how great it is not going to do the trick. Now, I take this stuff myself. I take both Avipaxin and Acetyl-CH. I haven't decided which one I like better, so I mix them up or take them together even and just take a look. I also take Metagenics Ceriva, that's Ceriva, and I find that to be helpful because that apparently does help clear some of those beta amyloid plaques. But here's the thing. The research that's been done on beta amyloid plaques, which is, you know, a huge factor in Alzheimer's, you know, because when they do autopsies and the brain slices on people who have these problems, you know, they find a lot of these beta amyloid tangles and tau proteins as well. But so do some other people who have no signs of Alzheimer's disease. So what are you going to do? Because when you just remove those beta amyloid plaques, you know, some people are going to improve and some people aren't. And most of the research that's been done on this and all the studies and treatments have pretty much been a big zero as far as helping. So the brain is just too complex to focus on that one issue and target that and say, okay, we've got that solved, what's next? So when it comes to the brain, you're going to have to look at multiple factors and things like exercise, meditation. You know, we like things like yoga, which puts you, you know, stimulates your brain and also puts you in better touch with your body. Sleep factors, of course, diet is huge, and we'll touch on each of these just a little bit. But the main point of all this is that, you know, there isn't going to be a magic pill, a magic treatment that's going to take care of this Alzheimer's or precognitive decline, and you're going to be good for, you know, till you're 100. It just doesn't work that way. So, if this is you and you're having some of these problems, so you're going to have to tackle. And let's start with exercise. So basically, you're going to have to get out every day, do some exercise. Some people say the best exercise equipment's a dog leash. So if you can't walk for some reason, get an exercise bike. If you can't do that, use a upper body bicycle. You know, figure out something to get your heart rate up a little bit and get that blood flowing. We like weight workout. You know, yoga was mentioned. You know, you can buy do something in that kind of a field that will help. Meditation helps reduce stress, and you know, helps brain health too. That's been shown. Diet, you know, one of the big factors here. We have no trouble. We have no hesitation about putting people on a gluten-free diet and trying to limit those carbs, because that does make a difference. Of course, sugars are part of that problem, and they're just you know, they're just worse than bread as a rule, but you got to limit those things if you're going to have a healthy brain over time. So, you know, alcohol probably figures in there as well. And everybody's a little different. So you're going to have to figure out what your body needs. Sleep's a huge factor. So if you're not getting good sleep, or you say, well, I just don't need that much sleep, well, maybe your brain does, maybe doesn't. Some people seem to get by with 46 hours a night, but that's not normal. Most people do need those 8 hours, so we need to figure out what you need to get some decent sleep. We have some great supplements, and I have some other videos. You can look at blog.ovitaminpro.com to see more about articles about sleep. So anyway, this question of, will this pill or that pill help? And like I said, yes, but it's going to take a broader brushstroke here to get your brain totally healthy. We'd like you to consider your brain health to be an avocation if it's not your vocation. So by avocation, I mean that you need to be thinking about this and working on it at least on a part-time basis to work on your health. And what's more important than your brain health anyway in your life? So anyway, there's the short answer. You can also look a couple of resources. Look up Dr. Dale Bredesen, Bredesen. Look at some of his work. He's got the only published studies I know of that talk about reversing Alzheimer's disease with some success. And also look at Grain Brain by Perlmutter. And with those two resources, I think that'll get you a long ways toward helping you to help your own brain. So that's a basic overview. So thanks a lot for listening, and hopefully that was helpful.